on this week's Pool Spa Life Australia. We're heading to Perth in Western Australia to find out how they make fiberglass pools by hand and then ship them all around the world. Gone are the twice daily trips to the pool equipment shed because now you can retrofit automation quickly, easily, and very simply. It's one of the most overlooked things in your pool or spa setup. The humble soft closing hinge. We'll see exactly how they work and how they're fitted. And the world's first robot spa cleaner. We'll put the pool and the robot spa cleaner to the test. Welcome to Pool Spa Life Australia. Across this brand new series, we will be delving into the world of choosing, building, maintaining, and loving your beautiful new pool or spa. We'll also be sharing some of the tricks and the tips that even the most humble Australian backyard can adopt to enjoy all the fancy bells and whistles of the $1 million pools. But first, we're heading over to Perth in Western Australia to get a behind-the-scenes tour of how fiberglass pools are manufactured and how they seem to be living up to all that hype. Look, it is no surprise that most people watching this show will have swam in a fiberglass swimming pool. Of course you have, at some stage in your life. I mean, it's Australian rite of passage that as kids you make really great friends with the house on the street that has the pool. Or maybe you were the hero house that had the pool. And of course, we've all seen the flatbed with the fiberglass pool go past through your town to someone else's house. But have you ever actually stopped and wondered how they manufacture and make these amazing fiberglass pools? I mean, you see them everywhere. You see them on TV, you see them in the magazines, on social media. They just look so stunning. Well, I have come to Perth in Western Australia to visit a plant that makes these fiberglass pools. And they are one of the biggest, they're one of the best, and they're one of the most established manufacturers in Australia. So this is Freedom Pools, and this is like a huge Australian success story. So they've been producing fiberglass pools here for about 50 years. In fact, this year is their 50th year. And they have gone international. They're a global success story now. So they have a manufacturing plant in Spain, which are now producing these style of pools. And it all started with the same family 50 years ago, and that same family is still here now. 3,000 pools a year is an enormous amount of swimming pools. It's an enormous amount of dreams for an enormous amount of families. Well, here he is. Hi Bob, how you going, mate?
I'm very good, thank you.
You don't look old enough to have been around for 50 years making
Yes,
swimming
I've
pools.
been around for 50 years, for sure.
Well, it must be like magnesium water that's making you look
No,
young,
it's just
mate.
swimming pools. I swim every day, I keep fit.
Of course.
That's what pools are there for, stay young and healthy.
When I first learned about fiberglass pools, I thought that was going to be injected plastic into a mould, but it's layers. How does it all work?
Yeah, it's resin and glass strand we use on pools in rather than the mat. Mat's only for small production, but we do volume, high volume, and goes through a chopper gun and sprays the glass out like a strand, chops up little pieces, mixed with resin onto a mould, then we roll all the glass out, getting all the air bubbles out, and when it goes hard in a few hours time, it's ready to release next day.
I love how passionate you are about all of this. There's a lot of things that Freedom do in their manufacturing which is quite unique, and it's famous now around the world. I mean, you've got factories in Spain which are using your production methods.
Well, we have the no curable gel coat, which we put in the pool, which is a very good quality because it stops algae building up in the pools on the sides. And then we have the Marble Tech finish, which is 4 colours, gets sprayed out onto the mould in the machine, gets mixed together so we can make any colour marble pools.
Yeah, I mean, you've been around, I mean, respectfully, since day dot for fiberglass pools. You're
Yes.
a pioneer. How has it changed over the years?
The quality's improved a lot, which is good. I worked with the companies to make better quality pools, not for Freedom, but for everyone else. And people are copying Freedom, and which is good for the industry. Europe's copying Freedom everywhere. So we really, it gives me a buzz every time I go there every year to see them.
And it's a small industry, the pool game. So if you're not good at what you do, you soon get turfed out.
Yeah, we'll do. A lot of companies have gone by the 8 ball in 50 years I've been in business.
Well, I've got my eye on that 11-metre lap pool over there, so can you do me a good deal on that one?
We can.
Always a salesman, mate. It's been a pleasure to meet you. Thank you
Likewise.
so much.
Thanks for coming along, and nice meeting you.
Yeah, likewise. Thank you, mate. Fiberglass is such a great option for your pool or spa. I mean, it is built tough and it is perfect for those harsh Australian conditions. It's a big decision putting in a pool or a spa, so making those decisions early is key. So this is pretty cool. This is a new release that's just about to hit the market from Freedom. We're the first people to have a look at it. And it's actually a pool that's designed for families that perhaps have a little less mobility. So a really nice handrail that's engineered into the structure of the shell. There are resistance jets so you can swim against them, and also hydrotherapy massage jets as well. So this is a great addition and nicely thought out, and this is just about to hit the market. Freedom Pools literally are the one-stop shop for everything, all things pool, all around Australia. So if you're thinking about getting a pool put in, or you want to talk to someone, have a bit of a feel for what might work at your place, get in touch with them. Their website is amazing. It is freedompools.com. You can have a bit of a browse to all the options. I mean, we can all dream, right? After the break, we'll find out how you can add automation into your pool or spa to turn it from an ordinary pool into a smart pool.
Sugar sweet, you got what I need.
It is cold in country Victoria this morning, -1 degrees. But cast your minds back to summer and cast your minds back to maybe the late 90s, early 2000s. That was kind of my era when friends had pools and their parents were constantly having to go and fiddle with something on the pool services board, turn a switch, crank a handle, do something, push a button, add some chemicals. It was all part of pool ownership, and it was all part of it actually being a hassle. Well, fast forward then to maybe 10, 15 years ago, the first connected pool automation system started to pop up onto the market. And it was all very well, they worked nicely, but you actually needed a degree in computer science to be able to get them then connected to the internet. Well, thankfully there have been some amazing advancements in the industry, which makes owning a pool just a breeze. Of course, everything's automated. It's now all connected, all via the internet, all via Wi-Fi, so you can control this from anywhere in the world through your phone. Travis, great to meet you, mate. How you going?
I'm very well, how are you?
Oh, it's a bit chilly.
Mate, it's freezing.
Welcome to country Victoria, they say.
Yes, I know. Like, we're at a beautiful Laguna pool. I'm not sure I'm going to hop in. I don't think we've got the heater on just yet. So...
I brought my bathers, but I think I might skim on that one.
Yeah, I would if I was you.
Thanks for coming on the show. I really appreciate it, because you're a pool automation expert, and you've been doing this for years and years and years. Can you explain from the beginning what pool automation means?
It's come a long way, and I guess when you look at pool automation, you want to think about what is it? And we think automation, at times we think automatic, which is not what it is at all.
Yeah.
It comes back to how you control that pool, and I guess the flexibility that we now need in an environment where everything's done by your phone, and we want to bring the pool into that environment as well.
Because there are lots of gadgets associated with pools these days, and there's chlorinators, there's salt things, there's mineral things, there's filters, heat pumps, there's solar integration. It's all got to be controlled by an interface of sorts, and that's what Halo is.
Absolutely. So it's a central location that everything plugs into, and it's modular and can be customised to each and every pool as well, which gives everyone the option to plug in, control, or you can give it to friends and family as well. So when they're around, they can control your pool too, turn on your lights, everything like that.
It is nice. I've owned a pool once before, and it was beautiful, and I could have all the lights controlled via my app.
And it's interesting you mentioned that. One of the good things about Halo is if you want to have a spa, you are at work, you can turn that on from that location. So when you do get home, it's ready, it's hot, you can put your togs on and jump straight in.
So good, because the old days you'd come home and you already have to leave it on while you're at work. Waste all that money, waste all that evaporation and things as well. So the Halo system itself then, I mean, a lot of people are talking about it because you can retrofit it to existing pool technology. Is that a big job for someone with like a degree in computer science, or is it relatively DIY?
It's very DIY. We've designed this product so it's modular in design. It can be customised to that pool. So if it's a 25-year-old pool that has one pump and one light, this Halo system will work. If it is a brand new pool like the one behind us, it will work. You don't need any degrees. All you need is 4 or 5 power points, and that is it. Don't even need an electrician on site.
Well, that's the future, isn't it? Smart homes, energy efficiency, being able to monitor stuff as well. What are some of the halo features that enable you to monitor? Can you see the temperature of your pool and things like that?
Absolutely. Temperature of your pool, you can monitor your water chemistry, so see your pH and your chlorine levels through the system.
Can you?
Yeah.
So instead of doing the old dipstick in the water, you look on your phone now.
Look on your phone, there's some Bluetooth probes that tells you what your pH and what your chlorine level looks like.
I appreciate you coming in today, mate. Thank you so much. And just for point of reference, how cold is that water right now in the pool?
We'll check on the app in a minute.
Yeah.
I reckon it's probably 2 degrees.
Okay, you go first. Nice to meet you, mate.
Thank you.
This is a really great idea, whether or not you have a big fancy pool or a family pool in your backyard. It's all about taking control of your pool automation, and something like this you can add to make your pool a smart pool. Well, if you're thinking about building a pool and you're thinking about automation, then get your pool builder to explore automation through AstralPool. Ask for Halo, go into a shop, get them to explain to you how it all works there. It's actually designed and manufactured here in Australia too. So for more information and to start getting quotes, you can head over to their website, is astralpool.com.au. Still to come, if you have a pool or spa fence with a gate that slams when you let it go, you won't want to miss this story. Plus, a cordless robot pool cleaner. Across Australia, there are thousands and thousands of pools which all have pool fences and pool gates, and many of them have incredibly dangerous, rusted out old springs and tired old self-closing hinges, and they just let that gate go slam. And we've all seen it. We've watched the homeowner wince as the huge slam happens, followed by an incredibly big vibration, all when someone who doesn't know the rules lets that gate go slam. So not only is this really unsafe for you and your family, it can actually cause a lot of damage to the gate and the entire fence system as well from that constant vibration. And this is primarily caused by tired, dated, rusted out and unsafe hinges. So Polaris hinges, well, they have utterly changed the game when it comes to that very controlled, super sleek and soft self-closing mechanism. Now they are a true global success story, and the man that invented them is waiting no less on the rooftop pool for me. Do you want perfect or even more perfect? Look at that.
Sensational.
Nice to meet you, mate. How you going?
Hey, Walt, how are you?
Michael's a man that actually invented this. He is the mastermind behind all of this. It's funny sort of space, isn't it? The hinge space. It's not the sexiest side of swimming pool installation. I mean, it's not a big bright pink flamingo that you're going to sit in or a water fountain. But actually, technically speaking, it's one of the most important things you'll put in your pool.
Look, we developed a soft closing hinge to overcome some problems that we were experiencing from an installation company. We were using hinges that weren't fit for the application. Now, I think everybody is pretty used to having pool fence gates. If you've got a swimming pool, the gate can be a problematic thing around your pool. Whether the gate's sagging, whether it's slamming, it's the only thing that moves in the fence, and it's been typically problematic for years.
People don't realise that if you get that bit wrong, the knock-on effect kind of works its way down your pool fence, and you end up with, if you've got glass fence, is it the spigots that are holding it? They're being bashed around.
If you've got a gate that slams, everything starts to deteriorate over time.
So the idea of soft closing hinges they've been around for a while. When you look at the big old heavy fire doors that have got the big block and the arm that close in, I don't know how you've done it, but you've condensed all of that into, pretty much this. So the technology inside there is incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, look, we've really had to work at making the technology small enough to go into a hinge system. We traditionally, before we developed this, we had different products that we used, and they were hydraulic door closers. The Australian environment is really harsh, and heating up and cooling down, seals go.
The salt from people's swimming pools,
That's
the
right.
chlorine from the old school swimming pools.
Yeah,
as well.
it's a very harsh environment.
You guys have been trying to forward think about where we're going to be as homeowners in years to come, and you've made these for people's side gates down the side of the houses. You've made them for steel, you've made them for even timber as well. So you guys are really kind of nailing that product line, aren't you, for consumers?
Yeah, look, we've got three main models of hinge. We've got the 125 series, which is typically a new pool fence. We have a 155 series hinge that we developed.
Which is your amazing retrofit one, right?
Yeah, it's retrofittable, and now we've just released a new model, which is the 156/200 series, which is the same technology, except it's not for glass. It's actually for aluminium, timber, whatever type of substrate you've got in for your gate, whether it's a side gate of your house or whether it's an aluminium pool fence. We now have a soft closing hinge that will suit any application.
I feel like, as now a hinge expert, I can offer you some advice on making the names a little bit sexier, like the 153 point stroke 2D. Can we maybe call one like the Walt hinge, or a super sleek, stylish, soft closing, elegant hinge maybe?
Well, we did think about that actually. It was we actually thought about a Bondi hinge or a Bronte hinge, or because we are a Sydney-based company.
Fascinating world, mate. It has been so great to get a bit of an insight into the world of hinges, how they work, and all the engineering that's inside them. I mean, we're at a beautiful hotel rooftop swimming pool today, and these are going to get a lot of use. So if they're great for here, they'll be superb for home as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
I appreciate your time. Thanks, mate. Good to meet you.
Thanks, Walt.
One more question. The Walt hinge. Does
The
it
Walt
come in
hinge.
like a sparkly kind of color? I love a success story. Have a look at this. It is so great. I mean, you don't have to look very far to see a Polaris hinge in action around Australia. In fact, around the world. I mean, we're here at the very fancy Intercontinental in Double Bay on their rooftop pool, and they have them. So you can imagine how great they are for your Aussie backyard as well. If your old pool fence is a bit tired and your gate's slamming, or you're about to go and embark on your very own pool journey, then get your fencing people to install a Polaris. You can jump on their website there and you can see the whole range, all the color selection, all the different hinges they have. It's all on their website. Just over to polarishinge.com.au. After the break, we've got our hands on the world's first robotic spa cleaner. We'll be testing that along with a cordless robot pool cleaner to see how it stacks up in the real world. One of the things I love the most about working in the home, the garden, and the pool space is watching them constantly reinvent the wheel, rethink the way we do stuff, reinvent the products that make our day-to-day life a little bit easier. Well, enter the humble robot pool cleaner. If you own a pool, if you own one of these robot pool cleaners, you'll know they are awesome. People swear by them. So just exactly what are the latest developments in that robot world? Surely those smart bots can't get any smarter, right? Well, they just did. Well, this is the Zodiac Freerider. Have a look how awesome it is. And what is the first thing that you notice about this machine? Well, actually, it is completely cordless. So for those of you with last generation technology with cords and cables and everything, there was a constant nightmare from twisted cables, cables getting caught, sun damaged cables. They've all gone for this unit, and this will just operate on a battery. Now, Zodiac promise a completely powerful clean with no compromise because it's cordless. So I think this pool here is the perfect pool to put this to the test. You can see that straight away it gets to work and it goes crazy, and it is hunting down all of that debris to capture actually into its own basket, which you can then empty out later, rather than pump all of that debris and dirt into your own pool's filtration system. It will then very methodically track and map all of your pools. So it will actually go through the floor, it will go on the walls, it will hunt down that debris. And it is so powerful to actually do the walls of the pool and that water line. And we all know as pool owners that that water line quite often can be one of the filthiest things in the pool system. So we found that it would take about 5 hours to fully charge the battery from being empty. So there are two models in the range. The Zodiac Freerider 1000 IQ and the Freerider 2000 IQ. And the 2000 IQ actually comes with a really cool trolley and a remote control.
Ooh, that sugar
So how do you get it out of the water when it's finished its clean cycle? Well, the old days you'd have to yank that cable and haul it in like a fisherman's trawler net and lift it out. But of course, this is a lot smarter these days. They will wait at the waterline for you when it's finished its own clean cycle. And it will also send you a notification via an app. I told you things were smart. But the 2000 model also comes with a remote control as well, so you can just hit lift system and it will come meet you at a place that's suitable. You just lift it out, dry it off and put it away. And Australia, the day has finally come where we can announce that Zodiac have just released the world's first robotic cordless spa cleaner. Imagine that. Imagine not having to clean your spa by hand anymore. This Spabot will float, it will crawl around, and it will explore your spa, and it will clean, yes, it will clean most jacuzzis, spas, or hot tubs in just 1 hour. Imagine that. We absolutely love Zodiac on this show. We've used them across a number of different pools and spas. We get great results on it. It is all online at zodiac.com.au. There you'll find the range and how to buy them. Well, that is just about it for today's show. If you would like to find out any information about the stories we've had on the program today, just head over to our website. It is poolsparlife.com.au. And we would love for you to connect with us on Facebook and Instagram. Well, that's it. Until the next time, take care and swim safe. Bye-bye.